Hi, YouTubers. Rebecca Roy here,
Hi, YouTubers. It's Pamela Tiernan,
and we are the
Sisters of the Crystal Ball.
Woohoo! And today we wanted to talk about the energy that is around us, all the chaos and all the fear, and the different people in our lives that aren't on an enlightenment journey. They're just living their best day-to-day life and don't realize that when they come home or call us or whatever, and dump all of their stuff on us in their 3D version of it, that we're just plummeting down into the lower vibrations where we don't want to be. So we're talking about things that you can do to help you have not have that happen.
Exactly. And I had that experience today with someone. And this is someone who does this to me quite often. And I think that it's just one of the stumbling blocks that the universe is putting ahead of me so that I'll realize it and stop allowing this to happen. And so now I do realize it happens, and I send this person love and light. And all of a sudden, all the negativity is gone.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't tell you about that part of it, but she is totally, totally loving and sweet and
Going back to the
great.
way you want to talk to her.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's really important because these are tests. These are tests. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to go into the lower timeline, or are you going to choose to stay in the higher timeline? Because the universe is testing us right now. Which path do you want to go on? And if you consistently pick the higher timeline, no matter what is happening in your life or who is in your life, then the universe says, okay, they want to be in the higher timeline. And so more higher timeline things will happen. The things that you want will be right there coming to you instead of you chasing them. It'll just come to you. And the things that you want to experience will be in your life. And the things that you don't want to experience, they'll be happening. You just won't realize they're happening.
Right, exactly. And so when this happens, I I get caught up in it to begin with. And then I start thinking, I don't want to do this anymore. And so I will tell her that I don't want to talk about this. Or then, like today, she was just upset about so many things. And so we start to problem solve, and that helps too. Solve the problem, and then the negativity goes away. But it's a very difficult thing, and you have to know, and you have to be cognitively aware that this is happening to you. And it'll always be the same people, right?
Yeah, it
It
is.
just
It's
is.
always the same people
Yeah, it
every
is.
single time.
And
It's the
so,
same people. And
yep.
I kind of know who it's going to be when they call me. And so
Hmm.
I'll be like, okay, okay. I'm going to, you know, firmly plant myself in the higher vibrations. And sometimes I just give them empathy. That's
Yeah.
all I can do. But I'm not going to let somebody rant and rave at me. That
Mm-mm.
I've stopped. And I'll just tell them, I'm sorry, but I can't be in this vibration. If you're going to continue, then we'll have to talk later. And I just hang up. I don't give them a chance to tell me um, the rest of the story, basically, because I know that they just can't do that right now.
Right. Right. And that's the same thing. I tell this person twice that I have to hang up if they're going to continue the way on this trajectory. And if they continue, I'll say, I'm very, very sorry, but we'll have to talk later. I love you. And then
Yeah.
I send them love and light after I hang up. And it helps me too, because I'm channeling the love through Reiki. Usually I channel the love and light of God and the angels right through the top of my head into my heart. And then I send it out to this person. And probably half an hour to 2 hours later, she'll call me back and she'll be all happy again.
Yeah.
So, it's just that's the way it can work.
Yeah.
Or you can fall into the doldrums.
It does work, and it doesn't have to bring you down. And
No.
by doing it that way, you're choosing to stay in the higher timelines. So your universe isn't like bringing you down into 3D hard, because I used to get sucked in because my
Yeah,
helpfulness factor would come in and say, well, I have to help, and
right.
I
Me
have
too.
help, I can help. And so I would get sucked in, and before I knew it, I was back, having things come at me that I didn't want. And then that's when I started to realize, wait a minute, I just got sucked into the 3D timeline trap, and I don't
Yes.
want to be there. I don't want to be there.
No. Yeah, and it's very common these days. It's just another one of the traps that they're laying in our path to see if we fall into it. And I have to say that I am prone, because I am helpful, like you said,
Yeah,
to try to solve problems. And then, when the crying continues and the complaining continues, it's like, okay, that's enough. And you
yeah,
have to say, that's enough.
yeah. Well, I don't even have to say that. The two people that do that to me, I just say, I'm sorry, I can't do this. And I just hang up. And they
Yeah.
know that I'm not meaning to be hurtful or anything. I can't.
Oh,
I just can't.
no. Well,
And
I say that's enough to myself.
yeah,
That's enough. I'm not doing this anymore. And then I do the same thing you do.
yeah, yeah. I just can't. And they've gotten to the point now that they understand that I'm not going to go there. And they don't even do that to me anymore. I mean, it's very
That's
rare
great.
that they do that to me because I just, I just got to the point where I can't help them because it's a vicious circle. They just keep going into the circle and they don't listen to anything you have to say, anyways.
Right.
And the
Right.
complaining and the victimhood, it just, I just can't listen to it. I can't listen to it. So
No, because they're just
right,
perpetuating their problem by
yeah,
just rehashing it and rehashing it. They're making it more solid and more entrenched in their lives.
yeah,
And they
and
don't realize it.
yeah. And when I said something to, actually, I said something to both of the people that I'm talking about just yesterday, that your life doesn't change because you think the same thoughts, you do the same things, and you do it day after day after day. If you want your life to change, you have to have different thoughts and different ways of doing things. And then you get onto a newer path. And now you're on a newer path, but they're still going to be tested. Is your footing solid? Because if it's not solid, then you're going to get thrown back down into the lower timeline.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
explained that to both of them, to both of the people that I'm talking about. And one of them has grasped what I'm saying and now stops themselves from going on that hamster wheel. The other one, I don't know how long it'll take them to get off the hamster wheel, but I don't
Older or younger?
I can't do anything. You can't pick someone else's path.
No, you can't. And you can only say so much before you realize they're not listening. And it's unfortunate. But
Yeah,
maybe some of these things that we're saying to them, they weren't listening, but maybe it registered somewhere deep inside and that they'll think about it later, perhaps, maybe.
I think it does because I've changed. I've changed a lot. I no longer react, I respond. And I try to
Hmm.
go into my heart. I take that pause and I respond with, as much love as I can respond with.
Yeah.
And we have brain cells in our heart. Did you know that? I learned that from Greg Braden the other day. I was like,
No, I've heard it
my
somewhere.
God,
Yeah.
that's why when I take that pause and I go in my heart, you know how when we were kids and they, oh, you think with your heart, you wear your heart on your sleeve, and that was a bad thing. Actually, it's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a
It's a
good thing
good thing.
because then it makes you a more loving, giving, understanding, compassionate person.
Person.
But
Yeah. Instead of being just completely logical and, left brained and not considering, I've have very good at putting myself in someone else's shoes. I'm very
mhm,
good at that.
me
And I
too.
don't mind helping somebody if they're problem solving. I am all there for you. But if you're just
Mhm.
going to complain, 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 complain and run on that hamster wheel, that's when I'm done. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't help people. I'm not
Oh,
saying that.
no, of course not. But you have to know when to say stop.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. And if it gets to the point where you're just talking about the same thing over and over and over and over, then, usually I just say, well, I think you need a little time to think about it maybe, and can we talk about this again tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't even say that. I don't even say I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about it tomorrow. I didn't want to talk about it today, so I definitely don't want to talk about it tomorrow. Yeah,
Well, this
you're
person that I'm
nicer than
thinking
me.
about, hopefully they'll think about it, and then tomorrow we can have a different conversation about the same thing, but she will have learned a little bit from the conversation that we just had, which lasted an hour and a half, you know?
Yeah, but it brings you down into
Oh,
the
it does. It
lower
does.
vibrations, and then it takes you all day to get back up into the higher vibrations. So it's taking you off your path, and you have to get back onto your path.
Yeah. I don't do it very often, but some days I will listen because she needs to get it out.
Yeah, you need to have somebody. But that's just it. When you're on this enlightenment journey and you don't have anybody with you, in the enlightenment journey, that I mean, you
Right.
live in Oregon, I live in Maine, we're on opposite ends of the country. And the most of my friends that I have that are on the enlightenment journey, I talk to them on Zoom. I don't have
Yeah.
them in my life. I wish that, they were in my neighborhood or in my city or whatever, and I could just get
I
together,
know.
go do stuff together because it's harder that way. It's harder when you don't have that person near you. Like when we went to that retreat, it was like you were in this love bubble. No one was
Yeah.
complaining. No one was doing all the 3D stuff, like blame, shame, guilt, all that, stuff piling on you. None of that was happening. And so it was just this big love bubble. And so all this magic started happening. And that's what I want to have happen in my life here. And I keep trying to recreate the magic, and I have had a couple of magical moments, and so have you. Um, and so
Yeah.
I, I, I know that it's possible to do that, even if you have a bunch of whiny complainers in your life. You can still get
Even one.
the magic. Well, I have
Yeah.
two. You only have one. I got two. You know,
I'm very lucky
you are
only
because
to have
I mean,
one.
your husband's always happy too.
He is. He is always happy. He's always positive. Nothing phases him, which is really good because he's married to me.
Well, you're a great wife. I'm sure he thinks that. I think that he thinks you're.
That's what he says. And I
Yeah,
think that is
yeah.
what he thinks of, but we're totally different. Like I'm just completely a little bit off the wall, and he is just completely calm.
Oh, maybe
Maybe
that's
not,
why I appreciate you because I'm off the wall too.
maybe a little bit.
But I mean, that's how we bring the magic to us is by being off the wall, by being in the
Exactly.
in the higher dimensions and bringing the magic to us and having magic around us. And I mean, like you were in that space. It was you that you were just sitting there and you were totally like zenned out and in peace and you were staring at this tree and giving the tree love and then this
Oh
one leaf is just kind of waving at you like, hi,
yeah, it was. It was the one I was looking at too. It was like I was sending love to that particular tree, that particular, area, the top of it, where I could see I was in a like machine having a test on my heart. So I had to do something. So I just decided I would send love to the tree, and all of a sudden it started waving at me with its leaves. It was beautiful.
yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, that kind of magic, and it does happen. And you
It's
can
all around us.
it's all around us. Like when I was coming home from the retreat and I got mixed up and I took the wrong turn and got off the highway and then I was lost and my GPS wasn't working and
Oh,
I started to get upset because I didn't even know where I was. But then the trees were all arching over the road and I felt from the trees, it's okay. And then
yeah.
I felt from the trees, just go forward. And I did. And when I did, my GPS came back.
Wow.
So the trees were giving me like tree hugs. The trees are hugging me. I just really felt
Yeah,
they were hugging me. And that was so magical.
it
And
is. And it's,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Well, I was just thinking, it's around us all the time. And for so many years, we haven't realized it. Then all of a sudden, through the ascension, I realized so many things that have been there all my entire life. And now I know and I see it. And it's beautiful and magical. And it just makes me happy. It raises my vibration right up.
Yes, exactly. And we were talking too. Poor us has been sitting on my TV stand, and we haven't posted for a while because just life has just been kind of crazy and taking us long. We haven't had a chance to, but if you don't connect and you don't use your gifts, then you lose them. It's just like a language. If you learn a language, you lose the language if you don't use it. And it's the same thing with the psychic gifts. If you don't use them, then the muscles get kind of weak, and so you have to beef them back up again by using them again. And so that was one of the reasons that we wanted to um, connect today and connect into us and Mariah, was because it's been a while since we've made an episode.
Right. Now, I talked to Mariah yesterday and we spoke with the angels, and that was very cool.
Yes. You
Yes,
want
I
to tell
learned what
us
our
about it?
mission is going to be.
Oh, yes. I listened to that. I listened to your voice memo that you made from the channeling. It's very interesting. Very,
Yeah.
and I do intend on getting an RV. She called it a van. I'm gonna have better than a van because I'm not doing it unless I have a
Oh
better.
my gosh, that would be bad.
Yeah, it would be. Can't live in a van. Sorry. Um,
Mm-mm.
but yeah. So um, yeah, I never even considered you coming with me on those trips, but that's possible. I mean, maybe Mike will have another idea of something he wants to do that week, and so me and you can go on one of those little trips and go visit people and have some,
Yeah.
you know, magical experiences together. Molly, get a grip.
Oh, she's not getting a grip.
We have to send her love. If we send her love, she'll stop barking.
There, it worked.
It does. I do it all the time.
Yeah, she's
It's
such
so
a good
weird
girl.
because I used to go, Molly, stop it. And now I just go, I love you, Molly. I love you.
Must be some squirrels out there.
Yeah, um, I actually really love my neighbors. Let's just do it one more time. So there, you have a group that walks, and I have a group that walk their dogs. So right across the street is Rick and Sue, and they have two little dogs. And then beside them is Mark, and he's got Molly, please. And he's got a big, those Alaskan husky kind of dogs.
Oh yeah.
And then Katie beside me, she has a black lab. And then Ronnie of the corner, she has a little beagle. So they all walk together up and down the street in front of the house. And if I don't go out with Molly, then Molly's like, "Oh, walkies, they're all walkies. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go." And she's like, "That's what she's doing right now. They're all for walkies.
Mm.
I'm gonna go." Yeah.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'll take you for walkies in a little bit. Okay.
I know it's a little grumbling, but
Yeah, that's what it is. She wants to go for walkies because she
she wants to
sees the
go
other dogs out
now.
there. Yeah. So, do you want to try to channel or do you want me to try to channel first?
What do we want to channel about? Obviously, this is Archangel Michael, and he says that for us to ascend more easily and quickly, we should clear our minds and listen to the universe. The universe is always there, waiting for us to connect. And if we truly want information and we truly listen, we will receive it. So, in order to ascend more quickly and easily, he would like us to pray. Pray for God's presence in our lives. Pray for the angels to come to us and help us when we need it. Pray for the help of others, others who will come into our lives and teach us things that we don't know already. In order to ascend, it's very simple. We need a very, very strong love of God. We need to talk to God. We need to pray. We need to listen, and God will talk to us and tell us what to do. God has spoken to Pamela many, many, many times. And she is pretty good at listening, but not perfect. So, in order to listen, he wants us to sit in a chair, lie on a bed. If we're sitting in a chair, we can take our shoes off and put our feet on the ground and connect to Mother Gaia. And then breathe the air up from the roots of Mother Gaia through all of our chakras and into the universe, all the way to Source, and connect to Source. And then breathe down into our feet again and into Mother Gaia and create a channel between Mother Gaia and Source. And then we will probably receive some of the most important channeling of all. And don't worry if you don't know who it is who's talking to you, or if you don't think you are going to remember. Put a voice memo on your phone and record it. And really, really listen to what is being said. Don't worry if you think, well, this is probably just me thinking. This is what I always used to think, that I was just making it up. But it isn't so. If you really get into channeling, you'll notice that your voice will change when you're channeling others. Sometimes my voice gets really slow. Sometimes it gets fast. Sometimes it just sounds totally different from the way I sound. And I don't notice it when I'm channeling because the channeling is coming through me, through the channels that I've connected to heaven and earth. But when I listen to the recording, then I know that it's definitely not me, because a lot of the words sometimes are different from words that I would normally use. So Archangel Michael says, you can also tell when you're getting a true channeling, at least this is the way I tell, but you will have a sign, and my sign is that my palms will pulse. And sometimes all of my chakras will pulse. It will be different for everyone though. And some of the things that you hear will be very surprising, something that you've never thought of before. And we know we should clear our space before we ever attempt to channel anything. You always clear your space. Open the windows, burn a little sage, a little Palo Santo. Surround yourselves with healing crystals that are cleared and clean, and you should be safe. Archangel Michael is a beautiful, loving being, and you will feel the love as he channels through you. He has always been my special angel. I named my son after him. It was a great honor. He is always there for us, is what he's telling me. Call to him and he will answer. And if you see a flash of deep royal blue, you'll know that it's Archangel Michael coming to assist you. And when you're deeply in trouble or having deeply troubled thoughts, he is the Archangel of justice. And he will come to your aid, and things will start to fall into place when you're having a hard time. If you call upon him, he will come and he will help you. He is always there. He exists in all dimensions, in all realities. There are millions of Archangel Michaels, and they're everywhere. And they're all the same. It's a very mind-blowing concept. Thank you, Michael, for bringing that up.
Multidimensionality.
Yes, exactly. Multi-universal, multi-dimensional, everything. But that's the way angels are, and that's the way we are too. We just don't think of ourselves as being as huge as we are. We are huge, shining pillars of multi-dimensional light.
Mhm.
And we need to start thinking of ourselves that way and not as these little tiny ants on the surface of the earth from Mars or something. We are much bigger than that. And we need to think about that and make it part of our thought process. Yes, we are important. Yes, we are huge. Yes, we can do anything. Because that is reality, my children. And I want you to start practicing this. Practice all the time, having a positive outlook. I know that when I get up in the morning, I often don't feel good. And I often think I'm tired already, and now I hear a little voice in my head. I'm always hearing little voices in my head, or big voices for that matter. And it will be Archangel Michael saying, no, tell them you're not tired. Tell the universe you're not tired, that you have oodles of energy. And then I start to feel a lot better. So it's all in the vibration. It's all in the love in your heart. And if you feel like you can't connect to the love in your heart, then put your hands over your heart, both of them, and then try to breathe in God's love from high in the celestial realms, the most beautiful, brilliant, shining rays of silvery white light. Bring them down into your crown and bring them into your heart. Just breathe them through there and into your heart. And when you're done with that, then connect to Mother Gaia and bring her love into your heart. And then you will have a heart-centered day. And so keep remembering that. And if you forget or you start to feel low, do it again. Do it again and again and again until you're in a high vibrational state most of the time, which I have been able to manage most of the time. But still, there are things that bring us down. So that is the message from Archangel Michael today. Connect with Source, connect with Mother Gaia, heaven and earth, and bring their love into your heart. And when you do this, anything is possible. I love you so very, very, very much. I'm always with you. That is all.
That was beautiful. You did a great job. That was a beautiful message too. And a reminder to us that even if we are slipping into the lower vibrations like we were talking about in the beginning of the show, that you can bring yourself back to the higher vibrations.
Yes. And it doesn't take long. You just have to realize it.
Yes. And that's part of it too, is we've been trained since we've been children to, not get too excited, not get too happy, not, you know.
Yeah, because happy people fall hard. Remember that?
Yeah, don't get your hopes up.
God, no.
God, no, don't get your hopes up. But that's what we got to do when we're just waiting to ascend. Don't wait to ascend.
No.
Do it now. Put your vibration in the highest vibration you can put it and keep it there and follow your joy and follow your joy and follow your joy. Right?
Yeah, that's what we have to do.
That's what we have to do. And we have to be present in the moment.
Yeah. And you don't need a crystal ball to connect with Archangel Michael or with God or with Gaia. All you
No.
need is your being. And just
Yes.
looking at you and I, this is not what we look like.
Yeah.
We are these gigantic balls of light.
Yeah.
And
And
we
we're
need to
very
start thinking
powerful.
about that.
And
Yes, we are.
we have, come to the conclusion that we're not powerful because we've been told from, yay big that we're not powerful. But we are. We're powerful light beings. And some of us on this planet right now are angels and archangels and ascended masters.
Yeah.
Jesus is back. He doesn't know he's Jesus, but he's back.
Well,
From what
we know he's Jesus. How come he doesn't
I
know?
understand, because he chose to be born and discover who he was.
I see. Well, then how come we can identify who he is when he's talking to us and he
Because
doesn't know?
you're talking to him soul to soul. You're
Ah,
talking to another aspect of him. But his fragmented self in human form doesn't, know that it's him. Or maybe he has found out by now, or she, but I'm thinking it's going to probably be a man. Um, Maybe they found out by now and they're just getting used to the fact, hey, I was Jesus. You know, I think that would be a lot to
that
take on.
would blow my mind.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot to take on to find out that that's who you were,
Oh, for sure.
and need a lot of confirmation of that's who you were. But I
Mhm.
mean, we've had thousands of lifetimes, so we've played thousands of roles and
Mhm.
thousands done thousands of things and learned thousands of things. So in this lifetime, you're gonna come out of the darkness, out of from behind the veil, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, look at all the things I can do.
Yeah, you have to learn, you have to unlearn all the things that we've learned about how limited we are.
Hmm. Because
And that's hard.
it really is. But nothing is impossible, just like he said,
No,
nothing.
that's right.
Nothing is impossible. And you don't need a crystal ball, but we love our crystal balls.
Well, I would say the crystal ball helped me.
Yeah, you it
Remember, I tried the pendulum. I couldn't do anything with it. It would just sit there like a lump.
yeah, with
And
me
then,
with the pendulum is what got it to come out of my mouth.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it got me out of the closet and it got it out of my mouth.
right. Yeah,
Whereas before I was just kind of in the closet and I did it for myself, but I didn't do it for anybody else. And I didn't want anybody to know because I didn't want anybody to hurt me, basically.
yeah, I know how you feel because I had just stuffed mine down as well because I've been called crazy all my life.
I know.
I'd be going, Did you hear that voice?" And people would be going, "No, you're
No.
crazy."
What
That
are you
was my
talking about?
that was my superpower. I heard voices talking
Yeah.
to me, and they
Yeah.
were angels, and sometimes it was even God.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And when God came in, you weren't going to deny that. God came to me in the shower. I know what's going on. And that, I think that was a like your pivotal moment when you were like, wait a
oh, it
minute,
was.
I'm not crazy. I know God gave me that. That was a huge gift, you
It's
know?
yeah, it really was. I think probably, except for my husband, it was probably the greatest gift I've ever been given. I would say it was probably the greatest gift because it saved my life when he told me that.
Yeah.
I
Because you
took him
and I have
because he'd
broken
suffered
heart.
enough. I couldn't stand that my son had died and I wasn't able to stop it. And then God told me it was part of his plan. I took him because he'd suffered enough.
Yeah.
And my God, watching him suffer was so awful.
Yeah. Yeah. It
But
is awful when we have to watch our children suffer. It
yeah,
really, it's the worst. But
yeah,
I think that that's when you said, wait a minute, I am connected. I do have a connection. I have a connection, and no one's ever going to tell me again that I'm crazy because
Right.
I know what I know, and this no one can take this from me.
No, and God saved my life that day for a reason.
Yep. And it's just like when Jesus came to me and saved my life.
Yeah.
Just never, that was my pivotal moment, was 2020 when Jesus came and did that for me, January 2020. And I'll never forget
Yeah.
it because I had given up. I was sick and I couldn't breathe and I couldn't do anything and I felt like a burden and I felt useless and worthless and all those things. And now I don't have 90% of the problems that I had then. And it was,
Yeah. It was a pivotal moment for you.
yeah, it was all because he came and he saved me.
And he told you.
Yeah. And he told me that, because I always known that I had that God had a plan for me. But at that point, I was what, 5 years ago, I was 57. I'm like, I'm 57. I still don't know what it is. So I don't know what it is. But, I'm
Yeah.
too old and I'm too sick and I'm too tired and too.
Most people don't ever know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're really lucky that we have conversations with God and Yeshua and Mary
Yeah.
Magdalene and Mother Mary, all of these wonderful souls.
Yeah. It is. It's really amazing. And you're right. You
Yeah.
don't need the crystal ball and you don't need a pendulum and you don't need any of that. You just you can just connect to God when you're in meditation, when you're in deep meditation,
Yeah.
and you can learn how to tap into every single one of your clairs. And
Hmm.
that's why I like to teach that because I want to
Yeah.
empower people to be able to do what we can do.
And the other important part of hearing, of rather, what am I talking about? The other important part of talking to God is listening to God.
Yes, and you have to be quiet. You say
Yes, you have to, and you have
and
to
then you have
quiet your
to
mind.
wait. Then you have to wait. You have to wait.
Yes, yes, and it's hard.
It
My
is.
mind is always going crazy. I have a monkey mind. It just goes nutty. It's constantly
I
thinking.
think everybody is like that. We all have the monkey
Mhm.
mind where it just doesn't
Yeah,
stop. But,
yeah,
the more that you meditate, and you can start with a 2-minute meditation, the
hmm,
more that you
yeah,
meditate, the more connected you become to your true self.
that's true.
And the
Yeah,
more that you have, one of your clairs come in, maybe it's your clairsentient, maybe you start, you've always felt things, or maybe you've just always known things, or maybe you just always heard things, or you could like little Dilly. He picks up my crystals and he gets information, and then he'll tell us. And that
that's
started when he was
great.
4. Now he's 5, but I mean, he loves my crystals,
Well,
and
he's already awake.
yeah, he's already awake. Like I ordered these little ornaments last year, right before it was October, November, for my porch. They were little angels with a little ball about that big.
Yeah,
They were holding the ball, which was a light. And he picks up this, where is it? This crystal right here, and he's sticking his fingers in it. And he goes, Grammy, you bought an angel with a big ball that lights up. And I was like, wow, Dylan, yes, I did. I just did that this morning. And I had it on my Amazon. And my son's sitting there, he's like, yeah, that's just a coincidence. So I show him my Amazon, and he's like, still, that's just a coincidence. Like,
no,
right,
it's not.
stick your finger in this rock, and then you can tell me what I've been doing earlier before you came, okay? I mean, come on.
Some people have to be hit over the head with a hammer or something.
But I mean, I love that he does that. So he's got
Yeah,
clear big time.
he
He can
does.
touch things and he gets information from it. And sometimes it's, the weirdest stuff that he says, but I believe him.
Is that what it's called? What is it called again?
Tangent, clairtangent, when you touch things and
And
you,
tangent. Okay, I've never heard of that.
yeah.
But sometimes I get that too. And I try doing it with the rocks, but I'm not too good at it.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of crystals. And I think the crystals speak to us. Like when
Oh,
we
they do.
go crystal shopping and you hold on to the crystal and you're like, no, I don't really want that one. That's not. That's not mine. Like when we went, the first time I came to visit you, I bought like a ton of crystals. And this time when I came with you, we saw bigger crystals, but none of them were speaking to me.
Hmm.
The only thing I had
Yeah.
in mind was that's going to be awful hard to get home because it's so big
And heavy.
and heavy, right? And
Yeah.
so I didn't buy any new ones, but when I went to the gem show, I've got this. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, labradorite.
Isn't it beautiful? It's
It
really,
is. That's a really gorgeous one.
I got this one and I got this one. It's a foresight with rubies in it. Can't really
Ooh.
see the
No,
rubies.
yeah, I see them. What is
Um,
it called?
Fruchisite, Fuchisite. I don't know. My pronunciation of stuff is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now, though.
And then I got this, and it's a leopard jasper, and see how it has kind of um
Yeah,
geometry on it. I always think
I have
yes.
one of those. Wait a second, I'll get mine.
And well, I'm just going to tell the audience because I've already told you the story. So I looked up what this one does, the leopard jasper, and it says that it helps you with procrastination. And I have been procrastinating like crazy about a lot of different things. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's the same thing.
That's the same thing as yours.
Yeah. And so I put it in my pocket, and that day I ended up doing my LLC. I've been wanting to do Printify and make some t-shirts. I signed up for my Printify account. I haven't finished it, but
What was that?
that's my pan drum and my little heart, my rose quartz.
Oh, it fell on it?
Yeah, my son got me a pan drum, a little baby
Love
pan
that
drum.
thing.
So this just rolled into it.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, it stopped me from procrastinating anymore. It was like, okay, we're getting the ball rolling. We're gonna be doing all this stuff.
oh, I better keep mine closer to me then. I'll hold it in my hand
Yeah,
because I'm
hold it.
still
I put it, well,
procrastinating.
because it's flat, kind of flat. I just put it in my pocket and then I was doing this with it.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, and then before I knew it, I was doing the stuff that I needed to do.
Cool.
So
I
crystals
like
can
that
really
idea.
help us a lot, but you
Oh,
don't need the
definitely.
crystals. You don't need them. We just love them.
Well, I think they help us, though. I do
They
think they
do,
help us.
but you don't need them. You don't have to have them in order to do those things. But
No, not at
you,
this point. We don't.
no, no, they don't. They do help you a lot, though. And if you are having a hard time and you want to learn, you can always go to my website, biglovewaves.com, and sign up for some classes. And I'll be more than happy to teach you how to connect to your clairs.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Well, were you going to channel something or
No, I thought you were going to do the chant. I thought your
you're
chant.
all channeled out?
Yeah, I've been
That's
working
okay.
all day. I'm tired.
That's all
So,
right.
and you did
Just
a long,
wondering.
yeah, and you did a long channeling. So I think that that's good for our viewers. I don't know how long we've been on, but I know that the sweet spot is somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes, and I know we've been longer than that.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
please,
definitely.
so please like, subscribe, and share so that our channel can grow and we continue to bring you content. Oh, and please comment. And if there's something you want us to ask the angels, we're more than happy to do that.
Absolutely. And you can contact us online and have a private session if that's what you need. That's fine.
Yes, and the information, the details are in the description. And you all have a beautiful day, and we love you. And bye bye.
Bye.